Ciao, back to the Bianconeri Zone live show. Today is Friday, May 13th. Ooh, scary. My name is Julian Gennady, and with me, as always, is Alejandro Fonsello. Today we are doing the debate show. As you guys see in the pre-graphic kind of thing there, it's going to be Allegri, Max Allegri, and basically our thoughts of not should he stay, should he go, because he's definitely staying, but if something needs to change or not. And then we're also going to go into the Nedved debacle from last night. Fabiano Della Valle broke some news that Nedved had a meltdown after the Coppa Italia final. And we'll get into that later on as well and debate that, because we actually disagree on this one, which is great. And it could be a civil debate. We don't have to yell and scream at each other, but we disagree. Go ahead.
No,
sorry. How are you? Because you're gonna say good, so I'm gonna skip that from now
on. I'm tired, but I'm good.
You're
Still
tired.
good.
Okay.
But yeah, I never yell, so we're fine.
Yeah. So that's good. You won't be hearing any whiny, bitchy voices, Justin. But yeah, we're good. Royal Killer, how's it going? Good evening. How's it going? Today is Friday, so we'll see who ends up coming on. Alexandria, how's it going? Before we get into our debates, Justin did a great daily news video this morning or this afternoon, wherever you are.
Yeah.
Paulo Nonmolo had his monthly shebang. He had a news dump to share with everybody, and Nico Shiro came out with stuff, and again, like we said, Fabiano Della Valle also came out with stuff. So, do you want to touch on anything from there?
We will keep the transfers for at the end of the show, I think.
Okay. So unless you want to get to the debate now.
Yeah, unless you want to debate. No, unless you want to debate Allegri for 1 hour straight.
I could.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm going back and forth in my mind too. But you know what? Let's just get into it now. Max Allegri, is he the dude for Juventus at this moment? Don't consider his contract right now because we know he's coming back. You go first. Go.
Okay. So, just based on the season we have, I think everybody's going to say no. Like, even if you like him. Like, you cannot say yes. Like, even the biggest Allegri fan cannot say yes.
Because time out. They are saying yes.
Yeah, but like, I think they like Allegri and they're going to stick with it. They're just writing it out. But deep down, at the moment, they cannot believe 100% he's the right man, because it's been an awful season. Like, every negative record has been broken. No, not broken, like, compared to the last previous seasons. And again, I'm not expecting us to win 100 years straight. Like, that's never going to happen. You know, I tweeted it out.
Compete, though. Yeah.
I tweeted it out. Like, at some point, there's going to be a trophyless season. It's fine, but like, it happens. In our history, it happens. Like, it's not that we are winning for over 100 years, year in, year out. Like, no club is doing that. Never. That's not the case. So it's not based on that, you know. It's just based on how it all panned out, and not just on him. Just the last couple of years, like, the decline was clear. Yeah, the decline was clear under Sarri. We scraped it because that team was still quality, in my opinion.
I'm gonna throw some stuff
compared to now. Not in general, but compared to now, we still have winners in that team who knew how to win. They were on the decline, but they still knew how to get that job done.
Yes.
Under Pirlo, we took a dive, which was, I was like, when the Pirlo season, I was like, yeah, he's unexperienced. Like, this is no shocker, you know? Yeah. But we brought Allegri back for stability to compete, and we did absolutely nothing, you know? The things he's good at, stability at the back, we're not good at the back. We're shaky.
Yeah.
Making subs, in-game subs, shocking. And again, it's not completely, like, the quality of that bench, coming from the bench, off that bench is poor. Like, it's not good. Like, it's very difficult to change a game. But like, he's making subs, and it's not the players, it's just the positions, like the decisions he makes, tweak formations that is costing us, not really the players. Like in the Coppa Italia final, I tweeted it out straight after. Like, he made those subs. A few seconds later, I tweeted out, like, I don't get it. I get it if it's a 68 minute, a 78 minute, 75. I'm like, sure, yeah, close shop, you know.
Yeah.
do it.
For 10 minutes, you can do it. Yeah.
I'm okay with that. But it was like 67. I was like, we're in full control over here. Like, there was no real danger. Like, Perin, he could have gone home in that second half up to that penalty. There was nothing.
Yeah.
One time. I was like, full control. He made a mistake, and it's not the first time this season. That's
Not at all.
That's the issue. So I thought about it because the show was coming up. So I thought about it all day, longer than all day, like a week. So, but
Oh yeah,
today,
I had a nice drive today or yesterday.
I sat back and I was like, what's next? Okay, you sack him. What's next? Because we will go into the Nedved and Yeli and all those things, all that debate, which is important with my point. I'm like, what's next? You know, I've seen the track record. Who's out there? Who's the club gonna get? And I had absolutely no idea. And people say, oh, get De Zerbi or get Italiano.
Oh, no.
Like, even if you like those guys, and I don't want to be that guy saying they haven't proven not anything, which it's true. But the team stinks.
Yep.
So it's going to be the same thing, in my opinion.
Okay.
Maybe a bit better football. That's it.
Yeah, I get it. So you made your points. Fair enough. Your basic point is, like, who else is there? And
who else do I trust this club to get?
Yeah,
they're not going to get Zidane, or they're not going to get.
No.
I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? It's going to be a weird.
They're not going to get. They're not going to get an improvement. It's either going to be a lateral, higher, or worse.
That's it.
In terms of prestige.
Yeah.
So, I heard Justin talk about this yesterday in his live because I rewatched it today because I didn't have a chance yesterday, obviously, or else I would have been on it. But here's some things. I made a big list yesterday of pros and cons. Allegri, in my opinion, had two pros for this season. One was Ronaldo left with 5 days left. So it was a player personnel pro for him. The second one is another player personnel. It's the injuries. Those are the only two things that play in his favor. And has nothing to do with coaching. If you think about it.
Yeah, I agree.
Because coaching, you can get the best out of your players. You can get the best out of a 17-year-old, or you can get the best out of a 31-year-old. You can resurrect a career, maybe, if you're a good coach, if you play the right way. There's a bunch of cons. Dinosaur tactics. Poor substitutions, like you said. Starting the season in a 4-4-2 when that's never worked. And even last year they played it. It just, there's no passing lanes. It doesn't work. Read the leaves. Read the team. It just doesn't work. You don't have the center midfielders to do it. You put a center midfield on left of midfield. It doesn't work. He did that for half a season. He lost the two most important games, the two finals, because he pooped himself and he didn't go attack. This is modern football now. We know that. You know that. Right?
Yeah.
Like, Villarreal made it to a Champions League semifinal. Not on luck, because Unai Emery's good at knockout ties, correct?
Yeah.
He's good at that. That's what he's successful in. That's what a good coach is. Allegri hasn't shown that in what? I guess 5 years now. It was almost 2017. Yeah. 5 years ago. That was a different time. This is a half a decade later. Who are the teams that are making it further now? I'm not going to say totally progressive teams, but Klopp, yes, they got money, but he still plays in a progressive style of play. Does Guardiola do the thing for you? No, but because he big brains everything. But at least he plays in a way that there's a play style. Like Max Allegri, another con. What's the play style? What's the formation? How do you attack a defensive low block? He can't do it. He doesn't know how to do that. He doesn't know how to break it down this year or this age. Why can't we beat Venezia? Why didn't we beat Torino? Why didn't we beat those crap teams? Don't tell me it's player personnel. It's not player personnel. I've seen shittier teams in Serie A play more expensive football than us. And it's statistically proven. And you see that, and everyone sees that. They're not blind. I just don't. I don't get it. He's paid. How much is he getting paid? 9 million euros a year.
Something like that. Yeah.
Is he? And what was he supposed to do? And he's known for being defensively more stable, to bring a team to be defensively more organized, stable,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Like you said already. Did he do it like you said? Absolutely not. Was Chiellini more available this year than last year? Yes, he was. Was De Ligt playing more than ever? Yes, he was. Who left from the back line last year that made it so shit? Demiral? He didn't even play last year. It's not it's not good.
No.
I don't I don't understand. Like, you get 9 million euros a year and you've been given a project. Why are you trying to shithouse results against crap teams? I get it if you're trying to do it against Inter or the better teams in the league. By the way, there's another point. There's another con on his list. The teams in Serie A are way worse this year than last year. They are.
I agree with that.
Lukaku, Conte, Hakimi left Inter.
I agree.
Milan, we think they have nobody on paper. That is just a well-oiled machine, though. Atalanta got miles worse.
I agree. I agree with that also.
And we're going to have less points than last year.
Yeah.
And yes, I get Ronaldo left at the last second. This has been hurt out half a year. But guess what? Dybala was hurt more than half a year last year with Pirlo. And he tried to, I'm not trying to say Pirlo is better than Allegri, but at least Pirlo tried different things. There were some, like, I was watching games last year where I was frustrated because these guys weren't doing it, but I saw what they were trying to do. This year, no idea.
I agree. I want, but the question, like, I thought about it and I was like, okay, you're gonna sack. You can
I'm not
sack
saying
him.
sack Allegri. I'm not saying that though.
No.
I'm not saying.
But like that's basically.
It's a sackable offense. Like all these things, all these puns Pirlo got sacked for less. Sarri got sacked for less.
I agree with that.
And I'm still not. Yeah, you go ahead. Sorry.
It's not difficult. Like you said, like not an ideal world, but like normally you get sacked with these results at this club. Like you will, because it's not. Yeah. It's not because you didn't win. That's not the issue. Not the issue. Like, yeah, I want to win, but like that was not the problem this season. The season is the way we went
set up. Yeah.
We went towards not winning. That's the issue. Or not competing. That's the issue. And like that Coppa Italia game was a perfect example. Like we started off not ready for a cup final, which I cannot understand. We were not ready. And then somehow, like Hanin said earlier, somehow we come out and we can play football after that. We can. It wasn't amazing, but we can play football.
Barely. Yeah, I was going to say barely play football, but yeah, I get it.
And then we come up in the second half. I don't know what he said in the locker room, but we were up for it from the first second. Yeah. That second half. We were up for it. So I'm like, you can do it. And I keep circling back to 2015, 16, 17. We didn't play like this. We played acceptable. It wasn't Pep Guardiola. And again, when I say beautiful football, I don't need Guardiola type of football. I don't need.
No, you don't need Klopp. Triangles all over the pitch. You don't need that.
I don't need Klopp. Like that's like every coach has his style, but I want something progressive, which with the players we have, we complain about players, but it's still possible with this squad. It still is. You don't need to sit back. You don't need to sit back ever. Maybe in the last 10 minutes when you see it's going like. You're not going to attack in the last 10 minutes in a cup final unless you are the much, much better side. But it was close. So at that point, I'm like, yeah, just get it over the line. I don't care how. That's fine, But when you sit back against Venezia, when you take a lead, then there is an issue.
Yes.
But like you said, injuries, what I will give Allegri, I cannot come on the channel or whatever and say that player is shit. That that player, and I list 15 players, and then turn around and say to Allegri, win the title or do that.
Yeah,
Like that would be a hypocrite because I don't rate 75% of this squad. So I'll be a complete hypocrite if I say that, you know? But I, we should have been in a title race. And again,
absolutely.
if you at this point was like, you're out of it, like, I will be fine, you know? With all the injuries, you had
If
to
you're
go.
6 points back, I accept 6 points back. I would accept that based on the player personnel of the season, not 11.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
it is what it is. But we were never close. Not even never, ever. We were not close. If you don't beat the top 4 team, yeah, we were in the top 4, but you know what I mean. Like, let's say
yeah,
top 3 then, because people were saying, yeah, you're in the top 4, so who cares? But if you don't beat those teams, then I think that's very telling. You know, if
they went over,
there's
over.
yeah, like
No, they didn't beat one. You
none.
played Inter 4 times. You played Inter 4 times. You lost 3 of them.
Yeah,
Tied one.
and the messed up part is, like the messed up. You shouldn't have lost 3 of them. That's the main issue. Like at
Yeah,
home, you should have beaten him in the Super Cup. As Alexander just uses his brain, you go to penalties. And on Wednesday, I thought we should have won within 90 minutes. We should have won.
yep.
It wasn't a pen, but even then, like we should have won. But you didn't, and that's also like I brought it up. Like the mentality of this team also stinks. At certain moments, it stinks, and that's also on coaching, which I'm shocked when Allegri came back. I thought we were just gonna be solid. I didn't expect us to win the league, but I'm like, we'll be solid. We'll drop points, but we will be solid. We're not solid.
Nope.
We all over the place at times,
Absolutely.
and that's an issue, you know.
And again, sorry, the back line has not changed from last year either, though. This is what my point is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's the same players. Why? How did it just deteriorate? And with this experienced guy, how did that happen?
Yeah. Again, he like when he came back, because people said, "Oh, but he took a few months off," and he said, "Like I watch football, blah blah blah." I'm like, he's never gonna change. Not at this age. Like you cannot change a coach,
No.
and if you're gonna change a coach, it's not gonna work because he believed in a philosophy. He worked on his thing for years, years, years. He's not gonna change that overnight in 2 years without actually putting it into practice also because he didn't have a team. So it's all in his head. Fine. I think when he saw that team, he was like, "Oh crap, you know, it's not gonna work." Because he said it, you know, Ronaldo left. That's an issue, and then I needed to understand my team. And if you watch the first games with McKennie up top and all those things, yeah, he was all over the place. He had no idea. That's why we dropped points at the start. Also, I remember that
That's
game.
crazy. Like,
yeah, he came in and he had no idea.
Would you put McKennie as a forward?
No, like even if I've never coached him, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know, but he tried things, and
he tried. That when I was going on my rant there, I'm not saying try crazy things, like that. That's Pep Guardiola big braining stuff things. That's not like you could have just made like maybe do a press, maybe press together once for the whole game, or make triangles around on the strong side of the field when you have the ball.
yeah.
I don't know, not McKennie. Go play forward, man. While our forwards go like this.
To be honest, he saw that, and at halftime he said, "Nah, I'm not doing it."
Yeah,
because it was bad, you know. And as like McKennie had no idea what to do. Like he was like, "I've never done this before. I have no idea what you're asking me to do." Is basically,
yeah.
And you saw that on the pitch. Like nobody had a clue. Like up front that game, everybody was looking like, "What the hell is happening over here?"
Yeah.
And which is also weird because I think they tried it in training. I hope so. It's not, or did he just woke up? It felt like he just woke up, went to the stadium and said, "McKennie,
4-3-1-2, McKennie, you go up."
And everybody was like, "What? How?" But so somebody asked me, and he said, "Like, will you sack him?" And I was like, "No." And then he said, "Do you believe he will turn it around?" I was like,
No.
"Not really."
Look at your face. No, yeah.
And he was like, okay, why do you sack him? Because I was like, who's
Money.
coming in?
Yeah,
Money.
and money.
Also, forget about the money. Who's coming in? Do you trust this?
Exactly.
Do you trust this club to say, you know what? It's done. We're gonna go non-Italian, non-ex-player. We're just gonna go brand new. No way, no chance.
Yeah, they're
When
not
a
doing that.
when a president of a club chooses a coach, that's all you need to know.
Yeah.
He's in command. All the rest are puppets, and that's something I will discuss when you bring on Nedved. All the rest are just puppets. When a coach, like they said, sack Allegri, he didn't want to sack Allegri. He didn't.
Yeah.
He listened. He saw Sarri, and basically 70% of the locker room said, "Screw Sarri. We don't want him here."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Now it's my turn." He brought in Pirlo. He
Yeah.
sacked him after 1 year, which is for me a surprise. Like I was shocked when he did that. You know?
Yeah.
And he
And
said,
early too. Like it was early when he did it in May.
"Yeah." And
Yeah.
I think he also turned around and was like, "This is your fault. You made me sack Allegri. We had no. We brought in Sarri. It was not a fit. You won the league, but like the locker room was like, no, not doing this."
Yeah.
He was like, "Now what? Now nobody's available. I bring in Pirlo. That didn't really work out." And he's like, "Now I'm bringing my guy back. Screw all of you. I don't care what you think." And Justin says, "Like the video. Do like the video, guys. 44 people watching, only 18 likes. So like the video." But
Like the video if you're Allegri in. Like the video if you're Allegri out.
yeah, and if you're sitting on the fence, also like it.
Like yeah.
Like Justin, he's sitting on the fence. That's why
Yeah.
he's not here. Um,
Yeah.
but it, and I don't know. Like basically, the question is, do you trust Allegri for a rebuild? And with a rebuild, I mean not bring in 10 under 21 players in the next 3 years, because that's not what we're gonna do. But
No,
bring
it's
in
about winning and squad culture and winning and all
winning.
that stuff that
We're not
used to
gonna.
be happening.
Juve is never gonna rebuild under Allegri. Never. They're not gonna say, screw the next 3 years. We are gonna go young and we're gonna build something. They're not gonna do it. Never.
Even though they said it last summer.
Yeah, and even with the poor 2 seasons, they're gonna like, we are chasing Di Maria for a reason.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. We're chasing Pogba for a reason. Like all these, targets have a reason. If not, if it was a rebuild, we will go Sinistera. We will go those type of players.
Yeah.
Unproven, like unproven on the highest
Hungry.
level, hungry, and just make it work. Allegri's not the coach for that. Let's be honest. And
No.
I'm not saying he cannot develop youth or someone like youth. That's a dumb word. Like young players, or like he cannot coach young players, because I think he can.
If
It's
they
just
suit his style, they'll flourish.
because Arthur agent came out and he said like he needs to leave because he wants two physical, structured midfielder. So that tells you Allegri didn't change his philosophy. Like he didn't. If you can get Matuidi back, he will bring in Matuidi.
Yeah.
If he's still fit. That's Allegri. He's never gonna change. So if you give him the players, I think he will win again. But
Yes.
I think for how long? At some point, we will be back at square one. Like
Yes, he's a 4 to 5 year coach and you're done again. It's a cycle for him. It's not sustainability.
no, that's what I'm saying. It's not.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's gonna be the coach for the next 10 years. So maybe Agnelli's like, fine, I just need to win now. But if you need to win, if you want to win now with Allegri, you need to bring in those players. Savage, Di Maria. That's what he wants. That's what he needs to win. And I believe he will win again. It's just like you said, like it's done. It's like Conte, but then to a lesser degree. Because Conte, he comes in, he wins, and he burns everything to the ground, and he pisses off. Yeah. That's what he usually does. Burns down, like he burns down the relationship with him and the club, and then he leaves.
Yeah.
The club is still in a good position when he leaves, but like everything around is like full panic mode for a couple of weeks, and then it's like, okay, calm down. But with Allegri, it's like you need to start over, and I think that's when the management needs to jump in. Because somebody asked me on Twitter about Kochku, and I was like, these are the type of signings that worries me, because you're spending money for a player you have already in your youth system set
Yeah.
up. You don't need to spend 20 million euros on a normal player. That's what he is, you
Yeah.
know.
Just say average. It's fine.
Yeah, like he's okay, but
Yeah.
like you don't need to
Yeah.
spend 20 million on him. Like you have one. If you don't have that type of player in your team, youth setup, whatever, then fine. It's like Fratesi. If you bring in Fratesi in 2015 with that midfield, I would like great addition, man. Squad
Yeah.
player, nice. If you bring in Fratesi to turn
Now,
things around, it's like that's not gonna
no
happen.
chance.
It's
Yeah.
not gonna happen.
Add to the mediocrity.
Yeah, it's like okay, fine, but like we have fine players. We need elite, touching elite.
Yes.
We need game
Yes.
changers, you know?
Yes.
And that's what we're missing now. And how many times have we watched Allegri and it's like, it's Tevez,
Yeah.
clutch, it's Cuadrado, clutch. Like that's what he needs. He's not like a plug in three players who plays a system and the goal is coming, no matter who's up top, like Liverpool.
Yeah.
Well, like it's Jota, it's Origi, whatever. The goals are coming at some point. That goal is coming. It doesn't matter. Like he can play Minamino up top. That goal is coming at some point.
Yep.
Because they have a system, and that's it.
Yep.
And that's not Allegri. That's never gonna be Allegri.
No.
So if people have an issue with that, then yeah, he's not the man. He's not the right man. If that's your way of thinking. But he's gonna stay. He's not gonna leave. If people,
Absolutely.
because I read a report even today. I didn't tweet it out. Basically saying, yeah, it's not certain. I'm like, it's certain. Like Allegri's not gonna, Agnelli is not gonna sack him because
Allegri is in the transfer talkings, is he not? He's in the discussion room for transfers.
Yeah. Like
which,
I said,
which a coach should be, but like he's getting backed is what I'm trying to point out. Like he's in there. He wants with his players, so he's not getting fired.
Yeah. He's going nowhere.
So my question is, we've said this before January happened. You and I spoke about this, and I said the board, the coach, and the owner are not all on board. They're not all on the same page.
No.
How can your managers, not your coach, I'm talking about Carabini or Ruben, go to the press and say, hey, we're going to get younger, stronger, whatever, faster. We're going to go that route. And then you bring in Allegri, who said, Agnelli, I'm segueing here kind of too. Agnelli is saying, yeah, Allegri's my guy. He's coming back in. Not known for doing this kind of renaissance. And then you go out and do, like, it's just, no one's on the same page.
Remember when he got sacked?
Yeah.
Remember the news that came out? Why they sacked him? And it was reported by everyone. They said Allegri wanted a clear out. He wanted players gone, up to 10.
Oh,
and
yes.
And he wanted to start all over again. And the club basically said, "No, we're not doing that. You know, we're still in win mode now. We just need to capitalize." Maybe that was an issue. Maybe the club was scared too.
So Allegri did want the renaissance from younger players.
That's what all the reports said. Even like Romeo, all of them, they said the same thing. Di Marzo, that was basically the line the journalists were keeping that day. You know, or those.
Okay, so I got a question for you then. What 22-year-old wants to come in and not play expensive progressive football in 2022?
Vlahovic.
You named one.
But you know what is with Vlahovic? I think maybe as something like it, he really wants to play for Juve. Like,
yeah, I think he was a fan. Like he's a fan. Like
he's a fan.
I don't know. Yeah,
that's the feeling I get. Like he is frustrated, but like he is like, I'm gonna write this out. Like I don't care. I want to play for this club, which is good, I guess. But yeah, Vlahovic, like it's a good point. But at the end of the day, money talks. They will come if you pay them. They will. Come.
Yeah, unless you're a Juventus fan, or again, money talks. Who the heck wants to sit back for 90 minutes? Again, in 2022.
Yeah, you're not gonna sign all those players. Like what?
You're not getting Phil Foden. Phil Foden's never coming here.
No, like the proven ones are not coming, but the younger ones, they will come. If you pay them, they will come.
Yeah.
If you offer the money, they will sign. They don't care. They come. But I know what you're trying to say. I think at some point they will get frustrated. You know, that I agree with.
Yeah. It just blows my mind. Then let's get into it because we're done with the live because he's saying it doesn't matter what we say. It's not good enough on the pitch. Actually, let's get into one more thing about coaches before we go to Nedved. People keep saying, "Oh, Pep and Klopp needed 2 or 3 years." Sure. However, they still put their thoughts and their style of play as soon as they get there.
Yeah.
And again, this year we had no style of play. We had thump it up to the center forward and see what happens. When usually teams play with a back three with 3 center backs around the main striker.
Yeah.
And nothing, no creativity in the final third.
Also, that Liverpool team when Klopp came in, that's worse than the team we have now. It was
Very
horrendous.
correct.
They have, what do they have? Like,
I'm pretty sure Daniel Sturridge was the forward.
Sacco, and
Yeah.
like they had a crap team. Yeah, Sturridge,
Yeah.
and he built that up from the ground with not a lot of investment, not
Yeah,
that money.
that spend was not as much as the other teams in England.
Yeah, so it's brilliant coaching, which he is a brilliant coach. You saw that at Dortmund, even at Mainz, you saw that, but at Dortmund,
Yeah,
bigger stage, you saw that.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I don't go with that. It's like Man U fans saying, or like Arsenal fans saying, "Oh, but Klopp didn't win in his first 3 years." Like Arteta's not Klopp. Just move on. Stop with the comparisons. Like it's not that one coach had needed 3 years that every coach after 3 years will explode. That's not how it works. If that was the case, you just pick some guy from the street, give him 3 years, and he wins stuff. Like that's not how it works. You can see it,
Yeah, there's progress.
But
in the first 3 months. Yeah, go ahead.
No, really quickly before we move on, like it's not possible that Allegri has like no clue what he's doing because he won stuff not long ago. He competed for the biggest things not long ago, so it cannot be the case that it's gone completely. That he can do absolutely nothing right. I don't believe that's the case. So I think he needs to look at himself because he can look at the players and say, I cannot use Arthur. I cannot use that player. I want to play with 3 up front. Dybala cannot play that position. Fine. Yeah. But that's your squad for the season. It is what it is. You need to make it work. At that point, you, as a coach, need to be like, okay, I'm going to tweak a few things against my quote-unquote principles just to make sure we hit our targets. And the club can now come out and say top 4 was a target, which is true. Like it's right, because if you win the title, then top 4 was technically your target, but it was not like this. I don't think the club envisioned, like they signed Allegri, sat down and said like, scraping top 4, that's what it's gonna be. And that was not the case. So they can come out and say that as much as they want. The top 4 was the target, which is fair, but not like this.
Yeah. So not scraping the bottom of the barrel. Like last year was a scrape. This year is still, and this year is somehow worse. If that makes sense.
Other teams are worse. So
that was my point. That was one of my points. Anyways, if you haven't liked the video yet, like the video. Let's go talk about another thing, because I think we agree that he can't get fired, but it has to be a lot better. So now we'll go into the guy who doesn't want him at all. My guy, Pavel Nedved. Word on the street is after the final, he stormed the dressing room and he just blew everything up, and he said, what the hell is going on? He was getting mad at the players, questioning Allegri's tactics, whatnot, and even yelled back at Agnelli. Correct? Am I getting that story right?
Excuse me? I was reading a comment. I missed the last sentence.
So, and he was yelling at the players, then he yelled at, questioned Allegri's tactics, and then he yelled at Agnelli.
Yeah, at the hotel, he yelled, like he had a discussion.
Yeah, so that's the word on the street.
Yeah.
So first, whenever the camera pans to Nedved, it looks like he's gonna have a heart attack every time I see him.
Yeah,
watch this current Juventus.
He looks like a miserable person.
Yes, but he is a massive, massive fan. You can tell. So I think he was just doing what I think every single fan would say or would want to do in that situation. Should he have done it in that way? No, absolutely not. Was it very unprofessional to go and yell at people or whatever? No. However, I'm still siding with him because something needs to be done. Or at least a point needs to be made that this is not good enough. Were you Space Cadet or
No,
what?
I was listening. If you're done, I'll go.
Oh,
If you're done,
yeah. Yeah, you go. I'm gonna counter back at you.
yeah. So I read the story, and I was like, I love Nedved, but this is a joke
Yep.
at this point. I'm sorry, it's a joke because, like you said, there are cameras. It's not the first time. It
Yeah.
happens a lot. You cannot do that. You need to be professional in that position. It doesn't need
Yep.
it doesn't need to leak to the press. The fact that it leaks to the press every single time is an issue. It is an issue. It shouldn't be the case. Now, he said what all fans said. With we're thinking, and that's fine. That's understandable. But somehow he thinks that's how he comes across. That's how I feel, that he is blameless, that he's not part of the issue the last couple of years. I think that's what he actually believes, and that's wrong because he's part of the issue. Like
He is.
or you're an absolutely puppet, then fine,
Yeah.
you're not part of the issue. But that's sad. That's actually sad if that's the case because he has offers, other
Yeah, the Czech
jobs.
national,
Yeah.
the Czech Football Association. You could be a head of.
So he has other offers, or you're part of the problem and you're acting like it's not on me. I didn't do this, which is fine. I know you don't like Allegri, but you're still at the club. If you actually are that pissed because you said sack him and Agnelli said screw you, he's coming back. If you're really that pissed, if you're really a man of, I don't want to say honor, then you turn to Agnelli and say, ciao, I'm gone. I'm not having this,
Yeah.
At that point, I'm like, I respect you. But if you're staying and you're going to yell every game, then I'm like, no, like you're a joke. You know what the issue is at the club. You know how it works. It's Agnelli. It's him. He makes the decisions. It's always going to be like this. It's never going to change. So he gets on board with it or he leaves. There's no point in yelling every single game, leaking it to the media, yelling things when Dybala gets subbed off, even the previous games. Like you can do that, but at the end of the day, like sitting in the management, you don't do that. You know how it works in media. It adds pressure.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. Is he right? Yeah, 100%. But he's still there. Why?
Yeah. Maybe he's done now. Maybe that was his last parting shot.
No, maybe because there are rumors that there's gonna be changes and more changes.
Yeah.
And everybody left besides him.
Because this is like he's done some outbursts before, but if this actually happened, I don't know if it's been corroborated. Has it? Like did it actually happen?
What?
Did Nedved actually do this? Like yell?
Yeah,
and
like
scream?
the sources are good.
Okay, so it happened. Let's just go with it happened. This is the worst thing that he's done. Like the one time against Fiorentina, he ran off the field and stomped away, but that wasn't towards the club or anything. That was towards the refereeing.
Oh, but like a few weeks ago when he subbed off Dybala in the competition, he yelled something, and Allegri gets asked about it in the like. To be honest, I only hear this at Juventus. That's the only club I hear management yelling things towards the coach, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, just calm down behind closed doors. You can yell whatever you want. Yeah. I have an issue with him. He's not wrong, by the way.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying he's unprofessional in the way he's doing it, but he's not wrong.
But he like really quickly, or like I'm gonna ask you.
Yeah.
Because I have that feeling. Do you also, when you hear all these things, see all these things, do you believe like me that he thinks it's not my problem? It's not my fault, Nothing is my fault. That's a vibe I'm getting.
I think for the certain things that he's yelling at, he doesn't think it's his fault, but he's at fault for other things.
Yeah, and that's
Obviously,
part of the issue.
yes,
So at that point, I'm like, you can yell, but like you make mistakes also. So who's yelling
yes,
to you? Nobody can yell to you because Agnelli basically said, "Screw you, Beppe, leave. Screw you, Paratici, leave." At
yeah.
some point, he's gonna say, "Screw you, leave."
I'm wondering if that's happening in 2 weeks.
Maybe, maybe because there are
I think
rumors.
I have a strong, I have a strong,
Really
because
quickly,
it's just built up. It's built up so much now.
really
Yeah,
quickly, 2 years ago, could like people who wrote for me in Italian, they have some links, and they said to me, Storari is going to be the vice president,
the
it's going to,
goalie, the old goalie,
yeah,
Marco Storari.
it's going to be
Okay,
the case. And I was like, okay, never heard about it. And a few weeks ago, he got his, whatever you want to call it, badge, degree
degree. Yeah, yeah,
to actually do that role, and he is working for the club already. So
yeah.
maybe that's something that it's in the pipeline. Like maybe it's that's
Maybe it
gonna be
was
the
Del
case.
Piero.
No, he's never gonna be it.
No.
And Yeli said
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And
Okay.
Yeli said it like he needs time in football first to cover that role. Like you cannot jump
Okay.
from
He
A
wants
to
what Storari did. He wants Del
yeah.
Piero to do what.
And
Okay.
he,
Okay.
and he basically said Agnelli at some point he's gonna come. But
Yeah.
when I read that news that Surari is now like ready in terms of he has everything. He again the club can appoint his son. Agnelli can appoint his son. He can do whatever he wants. But like
Yes.
he did what he had to do. So I'm like, it's more than a rumor now. The links with Nedved leaving, all these stories coming out. I think he's like, I'm done with it personally. I think he will leave before Agnelli will say, get out of here. No
Yeah.
bad
I
blood,
gotta. Yeah.
but just they had enough, and it's gonna be him.
So now counter question: if Storari comes in for Nedved, what changes besides everyone becoming a puppet?
Nothing, because Nedved is a puppet right now, so it's not gonna
No,
change.
I'm just saying like
He will.
they're all just gonna agree on everything, and then Yali's gonna make the fine. Like I know he already does, but like at least Nedved, if he doesn't like something, he'll say it.
Yeah, he can say it, but Agnelli doesn't care.
Yes.
There's nothing gonna change. The only thing that's gonna change is Sorari will be more diplomatic,
Yeah.
in front of the camera. Like you said, Nedved is a fan. They're all fans, by the
Yeah.
way. I believe
I'm just saying, like this guy's
he
played
is.
one Ballon d'Or.
Yeah,
Like
he played for the club, so it's
this is
different.
something else.
Sorari played
Yeah.
for the club, like he was not the main guy. He was not.
He's Pinsolio.
Yeah, he's been Solio, but better. But like,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
like
Yes.
Nedved was the main guy. He won the Ballon d'Or. Like he was
Yeah.
one of the best in his era. He was the best because he won the Ballon d'Or.
Yes.
So nothing is gonna change. Again, that role is just I keep saying it's vibes. At Juve, it's just vibes.
Yeah.
Because at other clubs, like basically only in Italy, because in Manu you don't name the clubs. The owner of the club, which is not technically Agnelli, but like the family owns the club. So let's say he is
Yeah.
the owner.
He's the chairman. Yeah. Yeah.
It's unique. In Italy, it's unique. Like in England, you don't see that. You don't see that
Welcome,
often.
Misak.
Yeah.
Welcome, Misak, to being a member. Thank you.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Thanks for becoming a member to the channel. Thanks for supporting us. If you want to join the Discord member group, it's under the members tab. If you go on the homepage, if you don't find it, message me or Julian or Justin on Twitter, and I will sort that out.
Yeah.
To join the Discord members club. But thanks for the support.
Thank you for joining. Yeah. Thank you.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You didn't interrupt me. Thanks for joining. Thanks for the support. But so nothing is gonna change, I believe.
Yeah.
It's just
Structurally, nothing will change.
What I was saying is like at Manu at Tottenham. I know my mic is cutting. I'm gonna order a new one. I'm just looking for the best one because this is a new one, but I'm gonna send it back. Apologize for that, but I'm just looking for the best one at this point. At Manu, you don't see that. At City,
No.
you don't see that. Like they're on the background, like at every club. Like
You don't see six of them sitting in the stands talking to each other.
no, and the only club I'm gonna say Perez at Real Madrid, but he's not the owner of the club.
No.
This is actually kind of unique. And Milan, you don't see the owner, never. At Inter, you see Zang a lot. You see him, you know.
Yeah.
I think
With
he's
Zanetti
yeah,
and
you
a
see
couple
him a
other
lot.
and
But
Morata.
like with
Yeah.
us, it's unique, you know. It's unique.
There's
It's
six
good.
of them sitting beside each other all game.
Yeah, but also like in terms of Agnelli, like it's unique.
Yeah.
It's good. Like there's stability within the club. Like next season, it's gonna be 100 years. Same owner. That's unheard of in
Yeah.
sports. Like it's unique.
Yeah.
It's good. You know, it's actually very good because it means we're stable as a club. You know, this is fine. That's fine. But the flip side is they are in charge. They are in charge, and they will
Yeah.
listen to. They will listen. You know, they will take advice, but at the end of the day, even if the advice is great, if they have something in mind, they're gonna go with their thought. You know.
Yeah.
Second, like getting Pirlo, I think nobody in the boardroom was like, "Oh, Pirlo, great idea, man. Let's get in." It was just Agnelli saying, "Screw you guys." You know, I'm calling the shots now, which I don't think he should be doing. Like he's not a football guy. Let's be honest. I think he knows his stuff because he's been around the club ever since he was 18. Like he went.
I'm gonna be honest. He should.
What do you mean?
Like he should know
Oh yeah,
how to. Yeah. Like
no, he should know his football. Like he's been around the club ever since he was a child. You know, in training. That's he grew up with it. But I believe he is a better businessman than like
again, he better be.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah. I do. I get what you're saying.
like I don't Perez and maybe yeah, you know, but like I don't see Agnelli sitting down and saying, "Oh, that Den Haag guy, he's good," you know, or the Brighton manager. I keep forgetting his name.
Graham Potter.
Graham Potter. I'm like, oh, that's an interesting profile. He's not like that,
Yeah.
you know. I don't expect him to be like that, also. But at that point, you need to
I
make.
think.
You need to
Yeah.
let.
To your point, he probably watches Serie A only.
Yeah,
No, I'm not kidding you.
yeah. Like if that's the case,
Like
at that
just
point, you need to trust the guys you employ.
yeah.
But he knows football. Like he's not an idiot. He knows football.
Yeah, again, he better. Like he has to. He's lived and grew up with it.
Like Manu owners, they have no idea what football is.
No, they're American.
Yeah,
Shots fired.
but like they know it's gonna make them money, so they have Manu.
Yes.
That's it. You know, and fair to them.
Yes.
Fair play to them. They make money off of a big club. You know.
Yeah.
But like I said, like Agnelli grew up with the club ever since he was a
Yes.
child. You know, so he knows his stuff. But like at some point, we need to trust the guys you employ. You know, Nedved,
Yeah.
Marotta, Paratici. He trusted Marotta with his life almost. That
Yeah.
changed when he like that. That's the feeling I get. Ever since he left, I think like he, the feeling I get, he looks like at the guys he employed, and he was like, yeah, you know, paying you to do a job, but like if you're gonna make a decision, just run it by, you know, quickly.
Yeah. That's what's crazy though. Like, how do you do that? How do you say, "Hey, Ali, I'm going to pay you I'm going to pay you to give me ideas, but I don't actually like them half the time. More than half the time, obviously."
Filling the spots.
Yeah.
maybe
Like,
it's
okay, buy Morata. You didn't want Ronaldo? Okay, buy Morata.
yeah, they can say whatever they want. That was the issue. Like that was a breaking point.
Yeah.
Like, I think like Paratici did that deal not behind Marotta's back, but like he wasn't for
He
it.
brought it up to Agnelli. Yeah.
Like, and Agnelli was like, I think at that point, like it was like Agnelli looked at Paratici and was like, okay, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
New thing on the block, right?
yeah, Nuke, and then you know what happened.
Yeah.
New kid got dropped really quickly.
Yeah.
Also, I said it like a few lives ago. When was it? The start of the week when we started live, or midway? I said like the thing I read from like a good source saying the club is actually looking to bring someone else in to help Cherubini.
Yeah, you said that. I think it was Monday.
And that's also worrying. It's like you hired Cherubini and he's not ready, or like
Yeah, how
What's
does that happen? How does
how
that
does that
work?
happen? Like, what's the issue? Like, what's the point?
I think
Decision making.
they, I think Agnelli watched the Bianconeri's Zone summer channel when Justin kept saying to the meeting, to the meeting, to the meeting, and they're like, this guy's a meeting guy,
It's just,
can't close.
yeah, just charging the clubs for meals all season
Yeah,
long.
yeah, just put it on the credit card. Just charge it. I don't pay this.
Yeah,
Hey, Carnival, you like that? You like this spot?
oysters every day.
Yeah.
But it's. I don't say it's a mess. I don't think it's a mess. Like a mess is when we were competing for seventh place. That was a mess.
Yes.
You know, that
Yes.
wasn't. This is still, how do you want to
You
say?
can do something with
You can
this.
salvage this. Like it's not
Yes.
completely gone. It's not that 90% of your team is completely horrendous. You have quality players in that squad.
Yes.
It's just you need somehow. I want to say somehow, but he needs to pick it up. You know, next season. There are
You're
no
talking about Allegri
excuses.
now.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the club is not. It's not going to change the structure. Even if you bring in Sturari as a vice president, which I believe it's going to happen anytime soon. You know.
You know what? I'm almost convinced it's gonna. I didn't know about the Ferrari thing, but I was convinced Nedved's done at this year.
Yeah,
It
that's a
was just
feeling
too
I
much.
get.
Too much is boiling over.
Nothing is going to change. You know, it's not
No.
going to change unless Allegri really trust someone like he did, like he trusted Beppe Marotta.
Yeah.
That's the only way something, because he gave him basically full control. Like he
Yeah.
trusted him and he did a fantastic job. Like let's not kid ourselves. He did an amazing job, you know. So he trusted
Yeah.
him, and at the beginning it didn't look great. Remember when we said Traore and all those guys? That was also Marotta, you know.
At the beginning, yes.
Yeah, at the beginning, but he trusted him. He was like,
Yeah.
it's coming good. You will figure it out," and he figured it out. Yeah, like that's the job he did at the club. Marotta was amazing. It was amazing. It was fantastic, you know. Um,
Yeah.
so unless he finds a guy that he fully trusts and he basically says, "Do your thing. I will just figure out the numbers. I will make this
Yeah.
club grow." And also one thing I'll bring up really quickly because people are asking for transfer news. If you want, like he talks, like remember when we changed the logo? I remember that night. I had an
Yeah.
exam and I didn't went to sleep.
And you're
I
still in
slept.
school.
I slept for It was like I slept for 2 hours. I went straight to the exam. I passed it, but
Yeah.
like I was waiting for the news, and I didn't expect it to be a new logo. When I saw that,
Yeah.
I was like, "What?" But he spoke that day, and he said like, "It's for the new generation,
Yeah.
attracting
Rebrand.
all those things." I'm like, "Fine," but me, if I was 16 now, and I'm not a Juve fan, like I didn't grow up as a Juve fan, just
Yeah.
I'm a normal fan, you know, just going between clubs. I will sit back and I'm like, I'm gonna support Liverpool. I'm gonna support City. They play fantastic football. It's fun to watch. It's rock and roll. Like it's actually fun.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit back and I'm gonna watch this. So that's also an issue. Like he
Yeah.
wants one thing, Agnelli, but then he turns around and does it. It goes a different direction to attract new fans. Like Ronaldo, yeah, it helped. Obviously, it helped. You know,
Yeah. Of
but
course
that's
it
a
does.
one-off. Like you're not gonna sign Mbappe now or Haaland. That's not gonna happen. So it was a one-off. So
Yeah.
like all these conflicting things. Pepe saying, you know that Agnelli overruled Marotta immediately appointing Conte, isn't it? Marotta had no say in it all. I don't understand the first sentence, to be honest. You know what,
You know
Agnelli?
that Agnelli overruled Marotta immediately, appointing Conte. Maybe he meant, didn't he?
I don't. I'm confused.
I don't know.
Can you rephrase that because I don't understand it.
Yeah. To be honest, fix the front office as fast as possible if it has to be fixed. Like if it is going to be story for Nedved, just do it as fast as possible. But they really need to fix the team first. Like the team is what it's going to attract the most people and new fans, like you said. like you said, is a 12-year-old going to watch Juventus and I don't know, Milan drawing 0-0 and Juventus getting zero shots, or are you going to watch Tottenham or even like Manchester United and Man City, even if it's 4-1 or whatever they get dicked by, because they usually get dicked, United. But who's going to watch? What are you going to watch more? Obviously, you're going to watch Man City because they play great. They play nice at least.
Oh, you said, I replied
Are
to
you
you
going to read
saying
it? Okay.
Agnelli trusted Marotta and let him do, which is not correctly because appointing Conte version. No, I was talking in general, talking in general, transfer wise,
Yeah.
all these decisions just in general, because you can bring in Conte, but if you don't bring in Pirlo, Lichtsteiner, Vidal, all these players, Conte is doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. He's not winning the
Unless
title.
I was going to say, unless he manages 2016 Italy and has Giaccherini playing.
Yeah.
And starting.
So that's that,
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's difficult, and like I said, and I'm a fan for how many years? I could have gone to the Inter game. I didn't go.
In April, yeah.
I needed to pay extra, which is, I don't care about that because I wanted to go, but I'm like, I'm not paying extra for that. I'm not gonna
The product
change the flight. I'm not gonna book an extra day, pay the ticket to watch that in a stadium that's absolutely, like, let's be honest, the atmosphere is bad. Like, it's actually sad. Like, everything is on the decline at the moment. Not just the football, also off the pitch. The cup final was amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah. The atmosphere, yeah, it was. Yeah.
It was amazing. And I know people who
Chanting
went.
the whole game, yeah.
I know people who went.
Oh, okay.
It was amazing. It was actually amazing, And at home, like, where it should be a bunker, it has been a bunker for over 9 years. Longer. Yeah. Even under Pirlo was kind of okay. This season it was shocking. It's like playing away from home. Like, the results prove that. Everything proved that. It's like playing away from, like, people, like, teams used to come to the stadium and they were scared because they were like, it's done. We're not gonna win over here. Like, it's done.
Do you know? Yeah, go.
No, now they come to the stadium and it's like, fine, we have a go because we can.
I was gonna say, you can tell where the supporter or the away section is in the Allianz Stadium. It's on the left side in the back corner because they're the ones who cheer the most and are the loudest.
Yeah.
They're the most visible. And again, I've never been, so I don't know. I can't comment on what the rulings are.
Fun. It's not fun. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's not fun, and everybody knows that. Like, even the players know that. Like, come on. Like, how many times did they come out?
Yeah.
And say, like, many times they say, "Oh, we need the fans," all those things. Like, without that section of the stadium going for it, it's that. The stadium's absolutely dead. I went to the stadium many times, like I said, where I sat, even when and back then the stadium was fire,
Yeah.
When people around you start singing, other people are watching at them and like, what the hell are you doing over here? I'm like, oh, come on,
You're at a game.
Yeah,
you're at a sporting event.
Sing. Like, if you don't want that, stay at home in front of your TV. You don't have that. Just drop the sound and it's fine. But they need it, They need it. Also, especially this season. And I don't want to say we wouldn't have won the league, but it would have helped us a lot getting results over the line.
Yeah, momentum.
That Inter game, I think we would have won that. Some of these games.
The April game?
The home game. Yeah, I think we would have won it.
Yeah.
Because we were on top. We just needed something else,
Yeah. Khalid has a massive issue with your mic.
Yeah, I know. But, like,
you sound fine to me though. I don't get it.
You can send me over 300 euros and I'll order it tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's fine. I know it's a problem.
um,
But like,
so basically, you're. I'm not saying you. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you not expect either. But in order for this to get back on the gears, back on the train tracks, and start going again, we need a complete restructure from top to bottom. Meaning, I'm not saying fire. I'm not saying Agnelli out because he's done wonders. Like he has. He took this team out of the doldrums and he brought it back to prosperity. He has, but it's at a point now where I think he made a wrong choice, or he's been making little wrong choices, and it's becoming a big problem. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Like whether it comes to off the field, the rebrand, all this stuff, the hirings, the firings, little mistakes add up, and you get what you have right now. A crap. Not, I'm not gonna say like they're not great. Not a great team. I don't want to crap on them too much, but like they're not a great team right now. Stylistically, not good. Star power, not good. And it needs to change. It needs to build. And we can transition into transfer news if you want. Trying to change that, or unless you have something to read. It looks like you're reading something.
No. I'm not reading. But yeah, like John is saying, basically, saying Agnelli hit plateau. I think he can bring Juve. I don't think he can bring Juve at the top of Europe, which we aim for, basically. He needs, like, if he can't just surround you with people you trust. I don't think he trusts Nedved fully. If you hear rumors about Cherubino needing help, like then there are issues.
Yeah.
He's appointing those people. They're not appointing themselves. Like he appointed Arriva Bene, who is a friend of the family. Basically, they know him for a long
time. To be honest, though, that looks like the best signing we've had in the management for a while.
Yeah, because the way he speaks, like he's strict. No emotions.
Yeah,
he just says what it is and he moves on.
Yeah,
fine, but like at the end of the day, you can say all those things, but like things need to change at the club.
Yes,
the season was. It was just bad. It was sad.
Yeah.
It was actually.
It was a coming of realization of what's been happening for 3 years.
Yeah, and the fact that we were saying like it's almost over, it's almost done. That's like normally I'm not like, oh, get it done. The season. I'm like, oh, it's almost done. 2 months of
it's
nothing.
Like, it's not sad, but like, yeah.
Yeah, 2 months of absolutely nothing. Yeah, transfer news, but like, we cannot watch them play. Now it's like, thank God it's over. Like after the final whistle in the Copa, we lost, but I'm like, it's finally over, man. This season because it was hard,
Yeah.
And I saw someone saying, "Oh, you're spoiled. You won 10 years." I'm like, what? Because we won 10 years, we shouldn't be competing now.
Yeah,
it's not Leicester.
Expectations need to stay. Like I want to win.
Like some people think, I made that. Like they think we're Leicester City. They won the league. It's done for the next 100 years. They're good.
Yeah.
Like they sacked. Like they won the league. They won. Like let that sink in. They were almost relegated. Ranieri came in. He stayed up with him. The next season he won the league. The following season he got sacked. Leicester City did that.
Ambition. Good for them.
Leicester City. And someone told me, "Oh, you're spoiled." I'm like, for what? For wanting better than scraping top 4 for a club like Juve? If I were Atalanta and fans were saying now Gasperini out, I'm like, you guys are spoiled. You cannot, like, as an Atalanta fan, you cannot now say Gasperini out because you look like an idiot,
Yeah.
Out for what? Like, he gave you the best years of your life, most likely.
Yep. Champions League football, semi-final.
Yeah, Atalanta. You cannot say
or
out.
Quarterfinal. Yeah.
Yeah, you cannot say Atalanta, Gasperini out, because they were never going to win the league or stuff, like things like that, At some point, it was going to, not crumble, like it will come down a bit,
Back down to earth, yeah.
But we have the firepower, the history, all those things, the money.
Yeah.
So we should be ambition.
Absolutely.
Like, that's why
ambition should never die.
No, that's why I keep saying all these deals for these players, long-term deals. People saying, "Oh, they're good backups." Yeah, for next season, because you cannot replace everyone. Next season, move on.
Yep.
I don't want to be sitting here in 25, and I'm like, and Danilo, Bonucci, Rugani, De Chilo, they're not good. I'm like, yeah, they're not good. They weren't good in 22. So let alone
Yeah.
in 25. I don't want to do that. But
Yeah.
it's most likely it's gonna go that way. It seems to. Today I read a report saying they want to give Bonucci a new deal. I'm like, for what? Why? Well,
Yeah. Like he still has like 2 years left on his contract. Just relax.
I'd rather keep Chiellini on one leg then.
Yes, absolutely.
It makes no sense. All these things like
Absolutely.
that pisses me off. In 25,
Like
25, the only player in the back that should still be at the club who's now is the leg. All the rest should have been gone. Should be gone by then.
yeah,
Because they're not good enough. They're on a decline. They can do a job now. Danilo can
they're
do a
aging
job.
or yeah, they're aging or they're done.
Yeah, but you're
Or
not gonna
not good. Yeah.
win and compete for many years with those players. But yeah,
Yeah, something needs to I don't see it changing this summer in particular.
no.
Like you can see, again, we'll get into what Nonmolo and Agresti and Nico Shearer have been saying, but I don't see, and I don't see a massive change in ways. I'll say they're not going to have the management's not going to have a massive change in ways. Um, when it comes to re-signings and the way they operate internally, because like you said, Agnelli runs the show, and he's hired someone who obviously isn't good enough, like you said. And now summer's approaching, and we have to be already scout. The business or the transfer business has to be already set out. Like you should already be talking to teams, not free agents. Like talk to the free agents, but teams as well.
Yeah, and
It's May 13th. It's the
n-
middle of May. You better be talking to. I know. I saw. Sorry, I cut you off, but
no, no.
in the Monaco deal or the Badiashile thing, it's the exact same as Milinkovic Savic, in my opinion. You talk to the agent to go talk to the team. Are you kidding me?
I think they're trying to say they want to go to Monaco and say we agreed to him about the Sheila.
Yeah, I
It's
get
up
it,
to you
but
now.
in terms of Milinkovic Savic, obviously they never went to Latito. It's been 2 years,
Yeah, but yeah, okay, I get it.
and for Badiashile, yeah, okay, they might have almost agreed, like you said, a contract with Badiashile. So when you like go now, what's your holdup?
I don't think they agreed terms with the Sheila. That's that will
No, I'm
be.
just saying, like, I'm just saying, well, go to Latito and say, what's going on here? Like, let's talk. This guy wants to come.
On that point, I saw a report from La Stampa today saying next week they will meet. I'm like, if that's the case, just quit.
Sorry, who's meeting? Who's meeting?
Allegri and the club to discuss the transfer strategies.
They
I'm
haven't
like,
talked yet?
I'm like, if that's the case, I don't believe the report, by the way. But if
Oh,
that's the case, just stop. Next season, throw it away already. It's not gonna work. I
yeah,
don't believe it, by the way. I don't believe it because there
yeah,
have
yeah,
been
yeah.
reports they talked about already. So that's why I didn't tweet it out. But like, if that's the case, then forget about next season. If you now need to sit like the transfer window is basically it's open.
It's basically open.
It's
It's
basically
open.
open. But
Yeah,
let's say it opens in a few weeks. If at this
yeah.
point you still have no idea what the hell you're planning to do, forget about next season and forget about it. At
Sure.
this
No,
point,
you're exactly right, though.
because that the Di Maria story from Romeo today, it's like they're weighing age and all those things. I'm like, not saying Romeo's saying bullshit, but like it makes no sense. They know the wage, they know all the costs. I think the only explanation is they are waiting to see can we bring someone else in beside Di Maria. If not, get Di Maria in and go big on the midfield. I think that's the issue, not age and quality, because they know the age, they know the wage, they know the qualities. Like there's
Yes,
nothing to think
yes,
about. That's it. It's black and white.
yes.
That's the fee.
There's
That's
no,
the
there's
age.
no, yeah, there's no team to meddle with. It's a dude. It's a player and an agent, and you're done.
Yeah, you know what his style is. You know his age. You know his demands. He's free. You offer him, he will join. So I don't think they're weighing up things. Like what the hell are you weighing up? The only thing you can weigh up is are we gonna do it or are we gonna splash big on a younger one? Or
Yes.
are we gonna sign him and we're gonna big make a big splash in midfield? That's the only things they can weigh up at the moment. Not looking at Di Maria's age. You know the age.
He's 34 years old, and he's the same player he was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
He's a quick winger who's very creative and dynamic.
Yeah.
If you know that, I know that. I'm sure Cherubini knows that. I'm sure everyone else knows that at the club.
Yeah.
But you're correct. I don't think like you're saying they might. I'm not saying Anthony, but maybe some other dude, maybe some other winger, because Anthony went to Paris the other day, so I think that's not even a thing.
Yeah.
So get that like that deal should have been, like you said, that deal should have been done like a month ago.
Yeah, you should have made your mind up by now. Like,
Yeah.
you know, Roma's not gonna ask less than 50 mil for Zaniolo. You know what the price is for Milinkovic-Savic. You know what Pogba costs. You know what all these players, Udogi, Wijndal. You know the cost. It's just now make a list and
exactly
and go with what you want. Don't react on what can happen on the transfer market. Forget about that. Do what you want. Stick with your plan. And you know what it is? Again, stick with your plan. If midway this summer you're like, fuck, we could have gotten Frankie de Jong, but you still have Savic. I'm like, who cares?
Oh well, yeah.
That's your plan. That was your plan. You go with your plan A, basically, like Hasa saying. And whatever happens, you don't have that in control. You cannot sit there in the summer and like, let's wait for a month. Maybe that player comes available. Let's see what Barcelona is gonna do in midfield.
That's nuts.
Who's at the top? Who's at the top of your list? Is it possible to hit those targets? Yes, do it. Move on. It's like, oh, we need to see what opportunity arises. Yeah, you can wait, but your plan A can go, bye bye. I'm not
right away.
For you guys. Forget about it. Savage can be like, I'm not waiting for you, PSG.
Nor should he.
I'm there. You cannot do that with your main targets. You should have had a list by now. It's for every position you want. It's A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B.
Even throw some C's in there just in case.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm like, you just need to have a plan A. You go for it.
Even like on the napkin that Paratici used to have.
A torn piece of paper.
Yeah. Like, you can, like we've addressed, you can't wait for Milinkovic, or you can't wait all summer for Milinkovic-Savic and strike out, because then Pogba's gone. Pogba's going to somewhere in a month. I don't see any possibility. Like, he's a free agent. He can do what he wants. Why would he wait?
Yeah, why would he wait? Why would he?
Same with Di Maria at this point. Like, I know we might be the only team in for him because nobody else has said anything, or nothing else has been said about Di Maria. But like, you got to do this. You got to make a decision fast, like you said. Like, it's got to be made. Don't rush and don't just panic like you did with Keane because you had to. But those are good players. No one's going to get mad at you. Are you going to be mad if Di Maria gets signed?
Me?
Yeah.
It depends on what we do in midfield.
Okay, I'm just saying, if a right winger is signed and it's Di Maria, are you mad?
No, but like, if the midfielder is Savic, no. If the midfielder is Jorginho, yeah, I'm pissed.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm like, where's the money gone? So you had absolutely no money?
And that might be another thing too, though.
We have no money.
That might be a thing.
Then we're screwed next season. You're not going to fix this team with Jorginho.
Oh, of course not.
Okay. So we're screwed if you don't have any money. And Anina's saying they're waiting on Pogba to choose. Like, I think his choice is very simple. Are you lowering your demands to 8 million plus bonuses? Yes, you can come. No, then move on. The club is not going to offer more. It is what it is. The decision is kind of easy for Pogba, basically. It's go PSG for more money. Not much more, a few millions. They're not going to offer you 20 million. That's not what PSG is doing either. Because they know there's not a big market for him. It's between us, between
Yeah.
PSG and Juve. So he has a choice: go to PSG, earn a few millions more, or come back home. Because the club, whether they've been in and out, it's that. It's not. We can talk about 2 million extra. That's it. Take it or leave it. So I think the choice easy. I want to say easy. It's still money, But it's clear. It's a few millions extra or come back home and basically play for the club that put you on the map, basically.
Yeah.
Where you were loved, where everything was calm, you got backed, you got protected. That's a choice he has now. I think the choice is fairly easy in terms of it's black and white. It's one or the other. It's not, maybe Real Madrid comes in. No, I didn't. Barcelona are not coming in. Bayern are not coming in. If they were coming in, he's a free agent. They would have shown concrete interest by now.
Yeah.
So, let's see.
Okay. So you can picture a Mercato that it's pretty a cheap one in terms of transfer fees, because you can get, like, you don't want Di Maria and Pogba, ideally.
No, I won't stop.
Because that's a lot of wage, because you're not going to get, like, if you get Di Maria and Pogba for free, are you going to add another center midfielder or attacker or what?
If you get Di Maria and Pogba?
Yeah.
If the club gets Di Maria and Pogba, they're spending bigger at the back.
Okay. So, and that would be probably on, for what the good sources are saying, Wijndal, Udogi, or Badiashile.
You know what the Badiashile thing? I'm like, he's gonna cost 40 mil. I think that's. Yeah, we're interested, but we're not gonna sign Badiashile. It's 40 mil at least. For what? Do you believe Allegri is gonna bench Bonucci?
No.
Okay, so we're not in for Badiashile. Let's move on from that.
I don't even know if he's left-footed or not. I don't even know if Allegri cares about the balance.
No, I don't think he really cares about that. But like, you're not gonna buy a 40 million euro center back and bench him. The club knows that, so I think we can just move on from that. Unless Allegri told the club, you know what, Bonucci ain't dead anymore. He can stay, but like, he's not gonna be the main guy. We need to move on. I will be shocked.
And to be fair, he has been benched.
Yeah, but that's because also he's not fit this season. Especially
Yeah.
After January. But I to be honest, I had the same feeling. I have the feeling like it doesn't feel like he's important anymore in terms of, like, not forget about this play, just the vibe you get from Allegri and the club. But I still will be shocked if he tells the club, yeah, sign a 40 mil center back. I'm gonna bench Bonucci, and Bonucci's like, happy days. I'm gonna sit on the bench for the next 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I will be shocked. I will be happy because it's positive. The club is moving on, in the good direction. But I will be shocked. I will be actually shocked. And when I hear Gatti is coming into Chiellini, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, I hate those people. I'm sorry, I don't hate I hate those comments. Like, no.
We are going, like, imagine this, because Bonucci and Chiellini were out. Rugani stepped in the Champions League in those big games. But Rugani played top level football for quite a while. Like, you can say it wasn't good football, but like, he played that in that environment. You expect Gatti to come in and play away to Manu next? Away to City, or like,
City probably.
Yeah, like that. That's not good. Like, things like that. That actually scare me. If you bring in Gatti as the Rugani replacement, I'm like, okay, fair. Like, I can deal with that.
Yeah, 4th choice center back, no problem.
Yeah, like, he cannot be your Chiellini replacement, because Chiellini, when he's fit, he plays a lot. Yes. So that cannot be the case. That means Rugani is gonna play a lot, and that's also a scary thought. Fine, he did a job for a while until he messed up against Villarreal, but I don't want him to be the rotation player playing a lot of games. I don't want that. So I'll be shocked. I will be actually shocked if that happens. If we pay 40 mil for Badiashile, I'll be like, what? What is happening with this club? In terms of it's positive. Not
like, if they ended up securing Badiashile, Which, if you're saying 40 mil, they probably want the sun and the moon for Tchouaméni.
Oh yeah, they're asking for close to 65, 70 already.
Okay, so I was gonna say because you can't ask for 40 for Badiashile and then say yeah 50 for Tchouaméni. That's crazy. But if they're asking for 65, then it makes sense.
And Hasa saying 40 for Gabriel instead. First of all,
No, yeah,
what?
you change.
First off, Arsenal will ask for more money, and second off, every time I watch him, like oof, like I'm not an
He
Arsenal.
is like
I'm
he's
not Arsenal.
bad.
I'm not an Arsenal fan, but every time
Yeah,
I'm watching him, like he's gonna make a mistake now. He's gonna mess. He's
yeah.
gonna mess. That's the feeling I get, and too often he messes up. Like he's he's very rash. Like he reminds me a bit of Demiral. Only I think a pure defender. I think Demiral is better as a pure defender.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with
But
you.
he's very rash. Like he makes stupid decisions, and sometimes he looks amazing. Like I'm not gonna take that away
Yeah,
from him.
I think those
Also,
are the times I watched him play. Then I've watched him like I've really watched Arsenal a little bit more this year, and I'm like, whew.
I think they paid almost 40 mil for him.
He came from Lille, right?
Yeah, didn't they pay
Yeah,
35 or something like that?
yeah. They paid something like that.
So you're not gonna get him for 40 mil. And Justin saying like the video, so do like the video, guys. Uh, Almost 60
I like
people watching.
The Josko Gvardiol. So I watched. I like to watch Leipzig. I'm not simp for that team. I don't
He
know
was,
why.
by the way, quickly. Non Molo mentioned him. I didn't tweet it out, but he said like he will cost a lot of money. So that's why,
Gvardiol.
yeah. So that's why we're not
Oh,
in for him basically.
but I do like him, and he's left-footed. So that would be a target for me. But another Leipzig player is Dominic Zopsolai.
Just buy Leipzig.
Zopsolai is a boss lie. Yeah, it's a boss lie.
You just need to
He's
buy
interesting.
Leipzig. He's
Yeah, we have to
also
buy Leipzig.
he struggles with injury, but he's
Yeah.
quality. He lost his spot.
Recently, yes. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying he lost his spot,
Oh yeah,
but
he
that's
did.
no
But
shame.
then recently, he's been doing pretty well. He's been contributing goals and assists. He's actually coming on not for Nkunku, but for like Silva or Forsberg or what's the Spanish guy's name? Olmo, and he's been doing really well. And he's been like not injured in the past couple months. So that's it. That I said that guy's name a while ago. I like him. The only thing is, like you said, he's 21 or whatever, and he's a band-aid.
Yeah, yeah. Um, that's it. That's it.
But
Also,
again, sorry, go ahead.
no, I think he will cost also close to 35.
Oh yeah, he'll cost an arm and a leg too.
Yeah, so
But yeah, it'd be interesting if you get Di Maria and Pogba. Can you afford a big money signing
also
if
really
it's for a
quickly
younger player?
on the
Yeah,
Di
go ahead.
Maria thing, if the club wants to benefit of that degree rule, he needs to stay for 2 seasons. That's
2
also an
years,
issue.
2 years. Yeah,
And he said, I want 1 year deal. So I think the club is like also like 1 year. I don't know. That's literally a stopgap. Like it's not even 2 seasons. Like come in and get out.
yeah,
I think the club's also maybe thinking about that.
yeah.
Speed,
As they should. Man, take as much money as you like, tax break as you can.
yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Because otherwise it's 40 mil for the club. But I saw a lot of people not today, but in previous set talking about Sinistera from Feyenoord.
Oh yeah, he's been good.
We're not linked with him at all. Like not even
Yeah,
one of the worst sort. Like not even Calcio Mercato, not even Tutto Mercato Web is linking us to him. He's getting linked with Napoli.
yeah,
He's good. I was watching Feyenoord against Marseille on the Dutch channel, like the Feyenoord watcher. He was talking about it, and he said like Napoli are there's a lot of interest for him. Feyenoord won between 25 and 30 mil. He exploded this season. I like him, but like we're not like he plays on the left. I think
I was gonna
Chiesa.
say, can he play both though? Can he play both,
Like
or is he more so left?
yeah, I think he's just a
Okay.
left player. Like he's too good to move. But I think Allegri wants Chiesa on the left, so I don't think he's an option at all.
Yeah,
I don't think he's an
yeah,
option at all. But like he should be an option because Chiesa can play on the right. You can move things around.
yeah. Chiesa is so adaptable at any position in the front line that It doesn't matter. You buy if you want to like Luis Diaz. Obviously, you're not going to get him, but if you were trying to get Luis Diaz, you definitely make Chiesa right wing.
Oh,
But
oh
yeah,
yeah. In that case, yeah. And Hasa saying, with all due respect, who's Sinistera as a really Juve quality? I didn't know who Mikani was.
I was going to say, is Bernardeschi Juve quality?
No, and that's why he needs to
Yeah,
leave the app. You know, he needs to
yeah,
leave. Like a lot of the players are not Juve quality. That's why
yeah.
they need to leave.
The Sinistera guy. Go what if who said that? Hosta.
Yeah, you can watch against Roma.
I was gonna say Hosta. Watch the what's it called? Conference League final. See how he does.
He exploded this season.
That's your homework. He's what?
Last season he was on the rise. This season he exploded.
Yeah.
In a not so good team, like let's be honest. I have no idea how they made the Conference League final. I have actually no idea how they did it. But hey, credit to him, and they will give Roma a hard time.
A run, yeah.
Yeah, they will. I have no idea how they did it, by the way, but they're in it. So credit to them. But he's good, man. Like,
yeah. Well, Sinistera has 11 goals in the Conference League, I believe, and 12 in the Eredivisie.
Yeah, he's touching 40 goal contribution almost.
Yeah.
And on the season with assists and goals. That's actually insane.
I think that's a classic. He goes
and people,
to
really people saying Sinistera is good, but will you bet 35 million on him or Anthony? Ajax is not asking 35. Like, I don't know where that 35 million comes from, Anthony.
35 only.
They want 50, something like that.
Yeah.
Like, if it's 35, it's gonna be a dogfight.
You better
and the
call
price,
yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, and the price will go up even until 550. By the way, so I don't really understand why, because when you hear Ajax watchers talk, it's like 45, 50 with bonuses. They don't talk about the 30 range.
Yeah. Was that a really good Dutch reporter, Michael Verweege?
Yeah.
Or yeah.
He said something weird today. He said about Wijndal and Tagliafico, but like Tagliafico is out of contract. No, he's done.
Yeah.
Isn't he a free agent? Or am I mistaken?
Yeah.
Is that Mazraoui?
Mazraoui was a free agent. He just signed with Bayern Munich.
And Tagliafico.
And then
I thought he was a free agent also.
Yeah.
Or did he sign a new deal?
Tagliafico looks to me like he's 29.
Yeah, he's 29.
I thought he was only 27. His deal ends next year.
Okay. But he also said like Wijndal has a 10 million euro clause. I'm like, that's the first time I heard about it. I wouldn't be shocked because he's a Raiola client, like from the agency.
Yeah, they all got release clauses.
If it's 10 million, then why are all the rumors surrounding him and you saying, it's 20 and the club is offering? I'm like, if it's 10 million, to trigger the clause, like you cannot do anything wrong with it. If it doesn't work out, you will get your money back some way.
Yeah.
Like 10 million euros is like, we paid more for Rovella. Genoa paid more for Portanova. You know?
Yeah.
Genoa paid double for Sturaro.
Yeah.
So if the release clause is actually 10 million euros, which I struggle to believe, if it was 10 million euros, he was gone by now. Like some club would have signed him. Dortmund, I don't care. Some club would have signed him. So I'm like a bit iffy on that story. Also because he's Ajax watcher and that's Azad. So.
Yeah. So going to Nonmolo's thing, didn't he say they want, or Azad want 20 mil?
Yeah, 20.
So, and we offered what, 10 plus 5? No, something like that.
Something 10 plus 8 or like, I don't know what it was.
Like, obviously, if Owen Wijndal comes in, that's definitely an upgrade on Sandro and Pellegrini. I don't care even if Allegri's the coach.
I don't
even care if Allegri's like
like, you know what? Like Sandro, like he scored, but he was bad. And then Pellegrini came on.
He was very bad.
Pellegrini came on. He was even worse. I was like, oh my God. Like, I'm like, how do you top being worse than Alexandro. I don't know how that's possible, but Pellegrini managed to do that on Wednesday. He was, oh my god, he came on and everything that could go wrong, he messed up.
Went wrong.
It
Yeah.
was unbelievable. Like that was one of the worst cameos I've seen this season, coming from the bench. Forgetting
Yeah.
about Keane's cameos almost the entire season. But that was so because Sandro came off. I'm like, yeah, he wasn't good, but like I was like, okay, Pellegrini comes on, maybe we'll push a bit more. Not that he's amazing going forward, but like, oh my god, I was like, get him out, boat, please.
Yeah.
They
So
need the boat need to leave in an ideal world.
yeah. The like left back is definitely a thing, and I think someone mentioned and Romeo Agresti mentioned that it's definitely a priority. So at that point, do you think they consider, like, obviously Alexandro has to be willing to move, or some other team has to be willing to take him? But do you think they both leave and you get Vindal and hopefully, my ideal player is Udogi, just because he's played in Serie A before. Vindal's a little bit of a mystery in terms of new league, new way of playing. You have to get adjusted to Allegri as a coach, which I said I'm not contradicting myself. I said Vindal will still be better than Pellegrini and Sandro, but I prefer Udogi. What about you?
Yo, yeah, I always said Udogi, and that, like I said, for a few months now. Just also based on the same reason you were saying. You
Yeah.
know, but also they will cost the same basically.
You think Verona only want 20 mil?
Yeah, then let's be honest, he did well this season. It wasn't, oh
Yeah.
my god, what a player, good.
Yeah.
I don't want to diminish what he did. It was good, but it was not
Yeah.
like, what the hell is happening over here? Wow.
Yeah.
So I don't like, they cannot ask. Nobody's paying 30 mil for Udoki. Nobody's doing that now. So I think they will
That's
cost
not fair,
similar
yeah.
prices. They will be around the 20 mil range. So the club, like, if that's the case, they will go for Udoki, in my opinion. Knows
Yeah.
the league. He's Italian. He's young.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And if you bring both in, they're going to be competing. Maybe competition's good though, because if Udogi comes in, you probably have Sandro for another year because nobody wants Sandro. So Luca Pellegrini's the odd man out,
Also,
I would think.
talking about
Yeah.
Sandro, no Molos. Basically, if
I saw that's too funny. Yeah.
if somebody offers 2.5 mil, the club will take it. They're just desperate to get Alexandro out of the club.
Yeah.
Very desperate to get him out. So
It's a shame that it happened to him, but like the writing was on the wall.
yeah.
Like, he's been bad for so many years now. Oh well. Weindal's contract ends in 24.
Yeah. He's gone this summer. Like, I do believe. I think he's gonna leave this summer.
And now, sorry, I know I don't always want to bring but like his brother or his cousin, does he own? Not own. That's bad. Is he the agent of every player now? Like, is Vincenzo the main guy now?
Basically, they have an agency. There are also different agents.
Also, okay.
He's doing the Italian deals. Basically. It seems like he's working with Italian clubs, or the transfers possible to Italian clubs. So there's I think a Spanish guy, Hernan. I forgot the name.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to know how that all worked now. Obviously,
yeah, they're just under an agency.
Because it seems to me like, well, not seems to me. Paul Namo literally said he came and visited Turin not to talk about Juventus players, but potential incomings.
Yeah.
So,
also on Keane, really quickly, because I see Justin set up Beppe to come on the show. We're not working with links now, so I cannot send you a link to come on.
Oh.
It's a bit difficult to do now. We're not working with links with this stream, but we will sort something out to a live debate show soon. Maybe at the end of the season with the four of us.
Oh yeah.
So I will reach out for that.
I'll moderate.
Yeah, you better. You better. But for now, it's not possible because we're not working with links for this stream, so it's a bit difficult.
We got
Um,
yeah, we're on Skype.
yeah. What was the question? What was the
About
question?
what?
No, I wanted to say something before I said that.
Watch those 55 people watching drop down to like 30 now because
What?
Justin greased them up. I'm kidding.
I'm confused. I wanted to say something before I address that.
We're talking about left backs and the agents and how that works.
It was
Now
something.
that
It was something Nomolo said. But
something about Namolo, was it about Alexander being good? Nobody wants him.
no, I forgot about it. Oh, Keen, I got it.
Oh, Keane, yes.
Keen. He also said like it's like with Morata, more not very likely to stay. Dybala going, Bernardeschi probably leaving. Keane is probably gonna stay.
He's gonna have to stay. Yeah,
he's gonna stay, and then next season they will look like next summer they will look to move him on, which makes sense. But on the flip side, it's like PSG want him now. Maybe next season they're like, screw it, we're gonna go for. I mean,
know maybe I was gonna say maybe PSG don't want him for the price he's listed at right now, and they want to get cut price maybe.
Yeah.
Because nobody's dumb enough to spend 40 million on him right now except us.
Yeah.
Because it's obligatory.
Yeah, but like that's what he said, like, and it makes sense at the moment. Yeah. To be honest, like if you're gonna ship out
3 outgoings,
you need to, like, if you're just gonna keep Vlahovic and Chiesa, like you still need to replace 3 of them. Yeah, you can Demuri on a free. What and the other 2?
Yeah, I was gonna say, by the way, those 3 outgoings are gonna get Juventus 0 money.
Yeah, but I think even if they had deals, like,
yeah. No, Dybala would have got you money, and same with Morata. You could have sold Morata for a bit.
Yeah, but like Morata was never our player anyway.
No, I'm just saying if scenario was a thing, like if you're trying to. By the way, I think if Morata was signed with us, he would not be leaving at all. I think everybody's happy with him. Everyone likes him. I agree with that.
He came on. He changed. Like when Danilo came off, I was like, injuries. But the way the game was going, I'm like, maybe it's a blessing in disguise, And it actually changed. He was actually the best player on that night, Morata. He was.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Nanmolo said a lot of things. Again, it needs to happen sooner than later. Some things, and like inquiring about players with other teams at this point, but we won't know until someone else reports something else. But Allegri better not be just getting to a meeting next week and addressing his needs. Like you said, it was from La Stampa and they stink. So
no. I didn't say they stink, but I'm like, the story makes no sense. Like, let's be honest.
Oh, okay.
Like, not even on the lowest division, you start now talking about your trend. You start talking about your transfer targets in January already. Once the transfer market shuts, you start thinking about the next one.
Yeah.
What else is the board doing? Just watching the games for months? That's not what they're doing. Like, they're setting up for the summer. They're looking forward. Like, they're looking ahead. Excuse me. I don't know if they're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Because, like, then, like, Nomolo, he doesn't, like, he doesn't say bam, bam. Like, he writes stories with his own opinion. And he basically said what we all said. Like, this is going to be the hardest transfer market in years. Because we need so much. And somehow we need to get some of these players out. Like a Ramsey. Like an Arthur, like an Alexandro, all these players need to somehow get out of the club and don't make losses, no loans, and then coming back, So I agree. It's gonna be. I hope it's gonna be a fun summer in terms of good news.
To be honest, reading what I saw yesterday, I got more excited.
Yeah, but then you read also other stuff.
Yeah, no, but like when you read stuff from Nanmolo, you get excited, right?
Yeah, at some point I think he's just doing it to keep morale up.
Yeah, I hope he's not doing that.
Because everything
But
everything he writes is positive. Like there's nothing I read from him is negative. Maybe you could say Keane staying, but like if you get what he's saying, if you bring that in and Keane stays, I'm like, okay, fine, you know.
yeah, no, exactly.
Like I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh my god, Keane stayed, screw this transfer market. I will do that if
Yeah.
Bernadeschi signs a new deal because that's who I am. No,
Just
but
automatic zero if he stays.
but
Oh, too funny.
yeah. But let's see. It starts now because the last two games
Yeah,
are
yeah,
they're over.
yeah.
Like the season is done. I just hope on Wednesday I see Miretti, I see Ake, I see all those players play.
No, absolutely.
On
And we'll get
Mondays.
into that. Yeah, we'll get into that in a later show. The preview for Lazio, Chiellini's last ever.
Yeah,
'Cause
and
I don't think he'll play against Fiorentina. What's the point?
Chiellini,
Yeah.
he will play.
You think so?
Yeah, like
I want the winter to play. I want those other guys to play.
nah, he's gonna. Maybe the Winter's playing for the playoffs, so
When does that end?
not for a while. They drew
Really?
Padova, so I think it's gonna end for them soon. But like the playoffs, not.
They have to, no, it's not. It's a one game off, right?
No, it's 2 games.
Oh, they have to play twice. Jeez.
Yeah, and they're not beating Padova.
Well, didn't you say that against whatever they played last time, Pro
Yeah,
Vercelli?
yeah, they shouldn't like the team they beat it yesterday. I think they are the better side, so it was okay. You know, Provicelli
Yeah.
was the better team in my opinion. Padova is better. They lost, I think, twice to them
Okay.
during the
Well,
season. They are like at the start of the season, Padova were tipped to go up. They didn't.
this,
But
this is U23s, right?
yeah.
And you're allowed overagers. Why don't we just send like half the guys down?
Oh, that's not. Yeah, no, you cannot do that. I think you can only have two
Well,
or something like that.
is it like based on skill
It's like
or
you can.
based on age?
It's age. Like you can have 2+ players, and it cannot be from the first team. Like in the Netherlands, you can send like Iataren is ripping it apart.
Yeah.
Down this 23. They like one season. Remember they sent Haller and all those guys, and they were dominating. They were dominating.
Vlahovic is 22. Delit could
Send them
play.
all. Just get them
Send
up.
down. Yeah.
Oh my god! Imagine them playing on those pitches.
Yeah.
Like the pitch they played yesterday, it had a parking lot on one side and a stand on the other side.
That's awesome. And Arthur would be the worst player on the field still.
Yeah, just bouncing the ball off his own players. Sam Bernadeschi, says someone.
Oh, yeah. Send them all down. I think the players cannot play more than a certain games to be able to play in two teams.
Yeah, there's also a rule. Like if Miretti reaches an amount of games, he's done. He cannot go back.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Unless they change that. That was the first time when they made the under 23s.
So that
was set in the
rules.
rules.
He's played 5 games.
I don't know.
Not Serie A games, 5 games in total.
Yeah, that was set in the rules back then. I don't know. Maybe it changed.
Okay.
Like I'm not gonna lie that I follow it like the rules that closely, but I know. I think it was like 6.
Oh, there you go.
5
right
games, something like
max 5 games of 30 minutes.
Okay, so 5 games for 30 minutes. So it's like almost 2. It's almost 2 full games.
Yeah.
So Miretti is almost done.
I just think he should be down there anyway. I know it's to help out or whatever, but he just shouldn't be down there anyway.
Yeah, he should be. He should be
done.
He should be in the first team next season.
Yeah, absolutely. It's free, and he's a free player, and he does more. He's more productive than 4 out of the 6 other midfielders we have. No, 5 of at least 30 minutes. Oh, I think that's going back to you.
Yeah.
So not total minutes. It's 5 games of at least 30 minutes. So he could play like 30 games 1 minute each, like he was at the beginning.
Okay, so I said the rule in the beginning was 5. I didn't know the 30 minutes. I thought 5 games, but like that makes sense because it was 5 games.
Yeah. See, if he plays a game 50, like the 1 minute, the 30 seconds he got that one time didn't count.
So Sule is good with his 10 seconds.
Sule is good. Yeah. Kyle George probably good too.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, the poor kid. Like he plays one. He
Yeah.
played once. Oh,
Yeah, he played one game U23s and he cracked his patellar tendon. Jeez.
oh my god.
That's a bad injury, man. That's worse than tearing your ACL.
Yeah, that's worse. Also to recover, it's worse.
Yeah.
But I think like yeah, I don't know when he's coming back, but I don't want knock on wood, but it reminds me of Piacal all over again. We're gonna loan
Yeah.
him out for forever.
Yeah. And Piazza's just coming back, to be honest.
Maybe he
We
can
gotta
play
find him
all the
another
way.
team again. Yeah.
He can replace Di Maria when he's
It's
tired.
Chiesa, Vlahovic, and
Marco Pia.
Piazza.
Back to 2016 vibes.
Oh yeah. Champions League goal against Porto. Never forget.
Yeah, crappy goal, but hey.
Yeah, never forget. Uh,
Actually,
um,
besides his injury,
yeah.
he looked very good. But
Yeah, he was good. That's why you bought him for 20
yeah,
mil.
yeah.
But yeah, injuries happen. Part of the game. Sucks. Hosta said, rate the New Jersey out of 10.
Me,
So we got,
me.
yeah,
I don't
us.
like it. I don't like it. I just want
You didn't rate it
black
out
and
of 10.
white stripes. I don't like the thunder and the cheap.
Well, you don't
Maybe
like Thor?
maybe I'm that I work with graphics and stuff like that. Looks very
Yeah.
cheap. You know, it looks very crappy.
Yeah, but now Delit's actually Thor.
Okay.
So you didn't give a number though.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me zero. Tell me zero right now.
It's I don't know. Zero. Like the last season one was worse in my opinion. The paint like that looked even worse.
Oh, the white, black, pink.
Yeah, no, the paint stripe, the painted stripe.
Oh, okay, yeah, with the gold, the trim.
Yeah, that was even worse in my opinion. That looked even
Yeah.
crap. 4, 3. I don't like it.
I like it. I'll give it a 6 or 7. I don't mind it.
That's fair.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
like
mind
the
it.
it's
It's
like
growing on
the
me.
it's like they let the Jeep ran over it.
Yeah, the tire track. Majid, how many assists did Arthur have since he arrived? I couldn't tell you. Maybe 3 max. 2.
Yeah, someone's calling you a negative hater. By the way,
Me?
I think so. It's not me.
What did I say?
I don't know. You're negative. I know who he is. Like he tweets everything. He tweets me. He used the same the last
What's
3 weeks.
what was the comment?
I don't know, but like he tweets at me every day.
Oh no, you Silencio Stampa.
I know he tweets at me all the time. I'm gonna lose my sleep now.
Yeah, Silencio Ale.
You know what? You know what the funny part is?
Yeah.
He tweets that and he still watches us, which is good for us, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Hit the like button while you're still here. Oh my god, 2 hours almost.
Oh, you good? Yeah, you gotta go to bed, don't you?
Yeah, I need to wake up in 4, 5.
Be positive, bro.
I am positive.
Yeah, you gave a 3 out of 10 for the jersey. Be positive.
I mean, do you want me to lie?
No, I'd rather you be honest. That's how this works. So today we went over Allegri as a coach as a whole. We know he's staying, but we gave our opinions. I gave a nice opinion. Ali gave his nice opinion. Then we disagreed on the Nedved scenario, which was good. First time we actually disagreed on something. And then we went to transfer talk. So we did 3 topics and it covered almost 2 hours.
Yep.
Wow. Tomorrow, you going live tomorrow?
Yep.
Okay, so Ale is going live tomorrow, probably at the same time, 4:45 or 5 o'clock EST. That would be 10:45, 11 p.m. CEST. So stay tuned for that. It's all love. So you and Silencio Stampa, you guys are gonna get along tonight. Good job. I'm happy you guys mended fences. For me, you'll probably see me Sunday night because I might do a pregame there. Tomorrow I'm at a wedding, so I can't be available. But on behalf of myself and Alejandro, thank you for watching. Be sure to like the video. I don't know how many we're at right now.
60.
60. Good stuff, guys. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, do all that fun stuff. Follow Alejandro at AlejandroBZ. Follow Justin at Justin4 on Twitter. Follow myself at Janati151, and follow Bianconeri Zone on any social media platform, Instagram and Twitter at Bianconeri Zone. Consider being a member at the bottom right hand of your screens there. Look at that nice little thing.
Yeah, like Misak.
Yeah, like Misak today. Misak, I can't pronounce your last name,
Yeah,
but I
thanks for the
apologize.
Discord group.
Yeah, text us, one of us, DM us, whatever you need to do to be a part of the Discord group. Again, thank you all for watching. Ale, you got anything else?
No, see you tomorrow.
Okay, see everybody. Well, Ale will see you all tomorrow. I won't. See everybody. Have a good weekend.